name is Miss Name That Price, and that's in a good way. I like to know what I'm paying for, and can I get a deal?
I'm about lessons learned the hard way. So when growing up, I didn't come from a household that was about budgeting or saving money, and so it was all about learning things on my own.
I thought I had it all together. Husband is the only one. We take his paycheck and I pay the bills off the gate. Whatever's left is what I choose to do the extra with.
Me, I'm more of a budgeter. I like to stay on task and make sure that I don't have to rob Peter to pay Paul. So I think it's very important for finances to be in order.
I'm a bargain shopper. I believe that being financially knowledgeable and savvy is very important, not only as being an African American female, but for our culture. I'm big on saving, but I had to learn kind of on my own how to save money.
It's not easy. I love saving a buck, though. You would think that I save, meaning I have savings somewhere stored, but I don't do that at all. That's something that I have to work towards, maybe once I start back working. But saving $1 is what I do best. I can't hardly spend or buy anything without thinking I'm getting a deal.
I've always had a savings account ever since my first job when I was in the 11th grade at Burger King. I was taught to just save it, and you never know when you would need it on a rainy day or what have you.
And then you move forward and you learn about saving, because the one thing that I've learned is that there will always be a rainy day. But how do you make sure that you're prepared for when that day comes? So I've saved, I've gotten a financial planner, and I am moving forward and making moves.
Manage your finances properly, both business and personal. Me personally, I don't believe in taking out loans and getting over my head in debt, so I rather save up to get what I need to get versus just go out and splurge and I don't have it. So
I often tell people to start out as little as $20 a week or $20 every time you get paid, because the more you see that $20 grow, that will encourage you to add a little more if you can.
I stopped saving per se when I graduated from college and I started my business.
Well, my heart goes out sometimes to kids who don't have financially savvy or knowledgeable parents.
We are living what's considered paycheck to paycheck, and it kind of doesn't bother me, but I'm sure it should, because I do not save. And having 3 kids, I know that I need to be saving to put up for them to have a better future. I save, but I don't save for the right things. I save when I'm actually spending money, but I'm not saving to put up for my kids a better future.
As a child, my family always traveled, and I think it was never explained to me that, we have timeshare, we have money set aside to do family trips. You have to be smart, and that was one of the things that I wasn't taught by my parents, as far as being smart about your money and knowing where it went.
And it's a funny story. I think growing up, when you grow up, especially if you grow up not having a lot, you tend to think that money is going to make you happy or things make you happy. So as soon as you get that first little piece of money, you ready to go out and shop, spend, let everybody know you're doing it big, so to speak, or whatever.
So from growing up, I really didn't have any financial education, and I think that that's why I'm very assertive about my finances now, because I didn't have any financial education. My parents were about spending now and not thinking about their future, and I'm sure today they regret that, but I learned from their mistakes because I didn't have that financial education or awareness at a young age. I didn't know anything about how to balance a checkbook or anything about interest rates, types of credit. I didn't know anything like that. I was never taught anything like that.
I'm a stickler for sales and the clearance rack, so if it's on sale, even if I may not need it, I feel like I may eventually use it, like one day, so I'll just buy it. But I don't necessarily feel like that's a flaw. I think that, I may need it, so but I don't necessarily use my credit cards or anything like that. I'm terrible at paying back credit card bills. Like, that is the worst. If I don't have it, then I'm not going to want to spend it. Like, I have to have the cash in my hand in order for me to spend it, and that's just my main thing. Other than that, if it's on a credit card, it might take me, I might say, okay, I'm going to give them $20 or, what have you, instead of just paying it off. So I opt not to even use credit cards to buy, like, frivolous things. I just use cash.
So you don't really know the importance of money, at least for me. Like when I was in college, it was about getting credit cards, spending, spending, spending. It didn't make a difference if I paid bills on time or whatever the case may be.
I would use credit cards for larger purchases. For me, using credit cards just on a daily basis, just to use them, it just defeats the purpose to me.
Getting a job, they check your credit. And if you don't have a good credit score, you could potentially not get a job with an employer because of that.
And you get to that point in life where you want to make that first major purchase, like a house, and you have to go and get your credit checked, and the score is not so good. And that's when you realize that that's when money really matters and credit really matters. So you go through a phase of cleaning up your credit and getting things all put together, and you learn lessons from that.
When you're in your last year of college, you have all these creditors trying to offer you these high credit cards, giving you a high balance and things like that. And I was one of the ones that fell into that. My senior year, graduating from college, I went and got a credit card that had like an $8,000 balance. Well, to me, that's like taking a kid to a candy store. You're giving somebody who don't even have a job yet $8,000, and I'm not thinking about the interest, how I have to pay it back, how I'm going to pay it back without a job. And so with that, I went and spent, and next thing I know, I'm getting bills in the mail that I have to pay $200 and $300 credit balance every month, and I don't have a job yet because I'm fresh out of college. And so, and the interest rate was about 18%. Well, that's insane. So, I got myself in a little financial crisis then, and what I had to do is, I got 3 jobs. I had a full-time and 2 part-times in order to pay off that debt just from the credit card alone.
Spending habits have decreased. I now only spend when it is necessary. With the shopping, that has decreased tremendously. It's not as important to me.
However, you get to a point to where you get accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And somebody said, And so you spend, and so you are steadily trying to make money to keep up with the lifestyle that you've built. But then you start to realize that there are other things that are more important, and how do you balance that all out?
And I love shoes. I love shoes. And I mean, one time my car, I just graduated high school. I was like 20, and my car had broken down. It needed like a radiator or something. And I had the money, and I went to a store, and I saw these shoes that I wanted. And can you believe I bought the shoes instead of getting the radiator fixed on my car? And then the radiator came too hot, blew the head gasket. So guess where I was at the bus stop with them shoes on. So that taught me at an early age to be mindful of your money.
I think it's really crazy that people go out and spend money on red bottoms and purses and things that cost $800 and more, yet they live in an apartment, or they're making a job where they're only bringing in $1,000 or $2,000 a month, but you're spending that much on a pair of shoes just to fit in or just to say that you have it. I think that's really insane.
Because I only pay my Duke Power bill when I get the disconnection notice. So, I don't know, because I don't like to spend my money on bills. I pay my bills at the last possible second before I have to pay the extra amount of money that it takes to get it turned off.
I'm in a position where I don't necessarily look at tags when I shop because I am independent and I'm single. I don't have any children, and all my money is my money. However, it's not the best thing because of the fact that I know that if I want to get to where I need to be, then I need to pay more attention to the money that I'm spending out. And if I was more conscious and looked at tags, then I would probably realize that that's money that I could put away to help me get to where I want to be, and maybe walk away from the job that I currently have to where I could take on something else and not make the money that I make, but be happy in the career that I have. So
I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own business, So Pretty Couture, and it was very hard in the beginning of learning how to cultivate my business where it could grow to be profitable. Because once you step out doing something that you've never done before and you're walking in the dark trying to do it, you tend to make errors and mistakes, and sometimes that costs you financially in a big way. And I've lost a lot. Not gonna say I lost a lot. I don't say I lost a lot. I've learned a lot through some financial errors that have helped me to be able to navigate the system as far as building my brand and my business. I think it's very important for you to find people who are living the way you want to live, but know that they're living in an authentic way, that they're not just an illusion to make you think that they're living financially stable, but meeting people that can help you, give you the nuggets to become a financially savvy person. That's what I did anyway. Learn about secured credit cards and how credit cards actually do work for you if you are disciplined and know how to use your credit cards. We put together a savings plan for me to be able to save money to have a nest egg. And within 1 year of working the plan that she and I put together for me, I was able to save almost $20,000.
I've gotten to a point in life where I am used to making a certain amount of money, and I have a lifestyle to keep up with that. However, I want to go off and do new things, but I'm tied to the money that I make. And so it's all about paying off debt, reducing debt, so that I can take a step back and maybe go find another job that may not pay what I make now, but being able to be free, debt-free, is the ultimate goal.
So mentally, we have to put it in our mind that if something happened to me today and you look in your bank account, how would I be able to survive?